Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your twice weekly Apple analysis. This first analysis for the week done on Monday 18th of March. I'm recording this video after New York's closed for Monday about 7 PM New York time. Upwards movement was not what I had expected and it's breached the parallel channel on the daily chart. So I'm expecting that this is the start of a larger correction. I'll now be expecting upwards movement for weeks in overlapping three-wave structures. I've moved the labelling for the end of intermediate wave 1. I had it up here, I've moved it down here. We have a 5-wave impulse to the downside now complete. So if cycle wave A is subdividing as a 5-wave structure, then within it we have primary 1 and 2 complete, and now primary 3 may be extending. Within it, intermediate 1 complete here, intermediate 2 may have begun a few days ago. Because this is a second wave correction, initially I'll expect it to reach to about the 0.618 Fibonacci ratio of intermediate wave 1 down, which is at 527.51. I'll expect the second wave correction is most likely to subdivide as a zigzag, which will subdivide as a 535 on the hourly chart. This channel here is drawn using Elliott's technique. I've drawn it from 2 to 4 with a copy on 3. We've got a really clear channel breach for the last 2 sessions. So this downwards trend is over and a new upwards trend has begun. Intermediate wave 2 may not move beyond the start of 1. This wave count is invalidated with movement above 594.59. If price moves above that point, then the alternate daily wave count will be correct. For this main wave count, the target for primary wave 3 remains the same. At 272, it would reach 1.618, the length of primary 1. That target's still months away. Let's have a look at this structure on the hourly chart. I have 2 wave counts for you. The first one looking at the possibility that intermediate wave 2 is a single zigzag, and the second looking at the possibility that it may be a flat correction. Let's have a look at the first, where the low for intermediate wave 1 down here is this point down here. To the upside we have a leading contracting diagonal, a 5-wave structure over here, a double zigzag downwards over here, an impulse upwards over here. If intermediate wave 2 is subdividing as a zigzag, then within it, primary A must subdivide as a 5-wave structure. We would have 1, 2 and 3 would be complete, which is very close to 1.618, the length of wave 1. Wave 2 was a relatively deep correction of 1, so I'd expect wave 4 to be a relatively shallow correction of wave 3, ending around about 0.382, the length of minute 3, about 445.2. Minute wave 4 may be a zigzag, a triangle, or maybe a flat correction. If it's a flat correction, the B wave within it may make a new high beyond the start of the A wave, so there's no upper invalidation point here for this main hourly wave count. Minute wave 4 may not move into minute wave 1 price territory. In the short term, this hourly wave count is invalidated at minute degree with movement below 435.36. If that happens in the next 1 or 2 sessions, before the 4th wave and the 5th wave is complete, then we'll use the alternate hourly wave count. I'd expect this 4th wave to last maybe 1 or 2 sessions, and then afterwards upwards movement for a 5th wave, extremely likely to make a new high beyond the end of 3 to avoid a truncation. When minor wave A is a completed 5-wave structure, then minor wave B downwards should take maybe a week or so, maybe 2 weeks to unfold, and it can't move beyond the start of A below 419. The target for intermediate wave 2 is the 0.618 Fibonacci ratio of intermediate wave 1 at 527.51. If price moves below 435.36 in the next 1 or 2 sessions, then we can use this alternate hourly wave count. If intermediate wave 2 is unfolding as a flat correction, then within it, minor wave A may be a complete zigzag. So far we have a 5, 3, 5 upwards. If intermediate wave 2 is unfolding as a flat, then wave B within it must be at least 90% the length of A. That's achieved at 422.85. So if price moves below 435.36, there's a really good probability it'll keep going down to at least 422.85, and most likely to end between 100 and 138% the length of wave A, between 419 and 404. Minor wave B should take maybe a week or two to unfold and should subdivide as a three-wave structure, most likely a zigzag. It's reasonably likely to make a new low beyond the start of wave A. Back to the daily chart, so far we have a 5-3-5 downwards. If cycle wave A is unfolding as a flat correction, then primary wave A within it may have unfolded as a zigzag. That means that primary wave B upwards should be at least 90% the length of A. If the main wave count is invalidated with movement above 594.59, then we know there's a very good probability price should keep going to at least 676.46. And the most common type of flat is an expanded flat where B moves beyond the start of A, so the probability of a new high is very good. I'll only be using this alternate daily wave count though if the main wave count is invalidated with price movement above this point, because at supercycle degree for a second wave the most common structure is a zigzag, so we'd be expecting a 5 down, and so far we've only got a 3. Overall, I'm expecting upwards movement for a few weeks yet from Apple. It's going to be choppy, overlapping and corrective movement though. It won't just be a clean, clear upwards movement. And if the second wave unfolds as a flat correction, we may indeed see a new low on the way up. That's all for me today with your Apple analysis, and I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend.